Wahiguru-ji ka Khalsa, Wahiguru-ji ki Fateh. This video is in response to Dr. Imran, who has raised certain questions in preparations of Amrit, the Nectar, and Sikhism. Mia Imran, you have narrated the half-truth of preparing Nectar, an incomplete bit. You did not tell that the Gurbani is recited while preparing Nectar, the Amrit, and so much power of Gurbani is vested in it. So, by the power of Gurbani, Sikhs learn to sacrifice and get the strength to stay firm on their religion. If you do not know the history, must read it. The incomplete knowledge is always harmful and puts in trouble. The nectar from the Sikh Guru provides that power. Sikhs got such strength from this nectar that they were able to eliminate the Mughal kingdom which ruled India since 1000 AD. Since then, no Hindu king ever ruled India after the fall of Prithviraj Chauhan, the last Hindu king who got martyred in Kandahar. The Mughal invaders weakened the people of the western part of India, and the people had forgot their glorious past. By continuous attacks on their land, had taught them to live life without pride. The Mughal tyrants used to attack Hindustan via Kabul, Kandahar, and captured their women and children. People were hurt. In the days of Aurangzeb, the situation got worse than before. He used to have his lunch only after removal of nearly 40 to 45 kilograms of janeus, the holy thread worn by Hindus. There was only one option on the edge of sword, Islam or death. Nearly 4,000 to 5,000 Hindus got converted into Islam daily. It were your forefathers who cowardly converted their religion and acknowledged Islamic religion. Our forefathers refused and gave a befitted reply to him that they were ready to give their life but shall never accept Islam. Our forefathers were brave. So the courage inherent in our veins, not the coward. 90% of India's Muslims are the children of those converted from Hindus. Remaining 10% are children of Muslim Pathans or Turks. The heart of a holy saint, the Guru Gobind Singh, cried to see the worst and poorly conditions of Hindus. When he saw the coward Hindus who had lost their pride, he decided to hold the sword and raise an army to answer the tyrants. He gave a call by saying that he would get the hawk killed by sparrows. His one disabled soldier shall be equivalent to fight with more than 1 million army. Only then he will be called by his name Guru Gobind Singh. The holy saint, the 10th Guru of Sikh faith, had to raise a weapon against atrocities on poor public. In one hand, he took the name of Wahiguru, and on the other hand, the sword to protect the poor and to fight with the Mughal tyrants. The master himself prepared the nectar and gave a call for a head. By repeating the call 5 times, 5 disciples came forward to offer their heads. Guruji offered them that nectar, and after that Guruji also bowed before them and demanded to be given the dose of nectar to him also. Thus Guruji also got baptized in Sikhism. So it was a miracle. It had never happened before. All of them had got immortality by the power of nectar. It was the divine power of nectar that all those who baptized became fearless warriors and defeated the mighty Mughals in every battle, and the weaker were converted into mighty. The suppressed became oppressed. At last, this power eliminated the empire of mighty Mughals from India. The children of Guru Gobind Singh Ji, aged 17 and 15, fought with a million army of Mughals, since single-handedly, so bravely that they killed enemy like a lion kills the sheep. There was a hue and cry of Allah, Allah all around of wounded and feared Mughals, to the bravery at Chamkaur Sahib near Ropar, though both of them got martyred in front of their father. But Guru Gobind Singh Ji did not cry. He thanked the Wahiguru. At the night, when Guruji was forced to leave the small fortress by order of Khalsa, Guruji clapped thrice and shouted that here goes the master of Hindus, and left. On the way through battlefield, he suddenly stroked with the body of his son. He saw them died but marched ahead. At this, one of his disciples stopped and requested to Guruji to at least cover the body of Prince with a coffin, but Guruji gave a look all around in the battlefield and said, all those died here are his children. How could you provide coffin to all of them? So keep marching ahead. And he moved. On the other side, within a week time, Guruji's 2 younger sons, aged 5 and 7, were captured along with Guruji's mother and were produced before the Mughal Nawab of Sirhind. He tried his best to convert them in Islam. The 2 kids refused to accept Islam. Instead, they preferred to die. Hence, the Nawab ordered to punish them by bury them alive in a wall so that in fear of death they may beg for life. But no, how could it be possible? They were the children of brave Wahiguru, and then those kids were buried alive in the wall. See the valor of these small children, their bravery, their bewitted reply to mighty Mughals, their fearlessness to death. This is the power of the nectar, whereas your forefathers better decided to surrender cowardly and accepted Islam. Your forefathers preferred life than death, as they had to live forever. Shame on them. It is different. You are Muslim. Your Prophet Muhammad received the decree of God to sacrifice of his most beloved thing. His son was beloved to him, so he decided to sacrifice his son to God. He put the knife on the neck of his son, but could not kill him. He wept and cried, then threw the knife upwards in the sky, which hit the eagle, then fell in the water and killed the fish. Since then the chicken and fishes are not sacrificed to God, as they have a mark on their neck. This is called the Gurbani in Islam, and is offered to God especially on Bakrid every year. What I mean to differentiate in between your Prophet Muhammad and Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Your Prophet cried when he was to behead his son, whereas Guruji sent his both sons in the battlefield to fight the invaders in a strength of 1,000,000, means he knew that they will be killed, but sent them cheerfully. That is the bravery and power of nectar, which makes one fearless. Baba Deep Singh Ji, a great martyr in Sikhs, aged 80, took oath to get vacate the Darbar Sahib, the golden temple, from Mughals who had forcefully occupied it. Until that, he won't die. On the way to Amritsar, fighting with Mughal army, he was beheaded. His head was just to fall when a Sikh shouted, Babaji, you took the oath to get vacate Darbar Sahib, but you are going midway. To hear this, Babaji placed his head on his left hand and kept fighting with his right hand, and replied to that Sikh that the oath of a Sikh shall never go in vain, and he will certainly follow his oath. Now who could dare to fight with the headless person? Ultimately he reached Amritsar and offered his head to the Guru, means at Darbar Sahib, and rested forever. For your kind information, it will be better to tell you that Babaji was baptized by Guru Gobind Singh Ji himself. This is the power of nectar. Do you have any such brave example in Islam? If so, please quote. Thank you.